Marilou. May sounds yan, sir. Sorry.
Section 6. Key definitions. Alternative Learning System teachers, or ALS teachers, refer to DepEd employed teachers who implement ALS programs. For purposes of this IRR, these are the individuals formerly referred to as mobile teachers and district ALS coordinators, or DALSCs. Upon effectivity of this IRR, all regular employees of DepEd assigned to teach the ALS program shall be called ALS teachers. As of 2022, there are 7,325 ALS teachers in the entire community. Academic-focused bridging programs refer to ALS programs that provide continuing learning opportunities to accreditation and equivalency secondary level test passers who wish to better prepare for the academic demands and study skills requirements of tertiary level education, post-secondary vocational training, or both. The Bureau of Alternative Education, or BAE, in consultation with the Curriculum and Instruction, or CI, strand, stakeholders, and implementer will develop the standards in the implementation of the academic-focused bridging program. The Accreditation and Equivalency Assessments and Certifications, or A&E Assessments and Certifications, refer to a process in ALS that comprises exams and other assessments deemed appropriate and accurate on the competencies of the ALS K-12 basic education curriculum. The Bureau of Education Assessment, or BEA, administers the annual A&E test. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, the ALS Task Force, now BAE, with inputs from the bureaus of CI Strand, developed and administered the Presentation Portfolio Assessment for ALS program completers in the elementary and junior high school levels for school year 2019 to 2020 and school year 2020 to 2021. Accreditation and Equivalency Program, or A&E program, refers to a program in ALS aimed at providing an alternative pathway of learning for out-of-school children in special cases and adults who have not completed basic education. Through this program, school dropouts are able to complete elementary and secondary education outside the formal school system. The A&E program consists of elementary, junior high school, and senior high school levels. As in other ALS programs, learners in the A&E program will prepare their own individual learning agreement, or ILA, with assistance from their ALS teacher. The ILA will serve as basis of their learning intervention and schedule. Teachers in ALS may use modular, face-to-face, blended, and radio-based and TV-based instruction as learning delivery modalities in the A&E program. Digital copies of A&E program modules may be downloaded from DepEd Commons and ICT4L's website. Given the definitions of A&E program and A&E test, it is important to note that these two components of the ALS program are very much different. The A&E program pertains to a program within ALS that provides learning intervention for out-of-school children in special cases, youth, and adults to develop and master competencies that will enable them to complete the key learning stage in which they are enrolled. Meanwhile, the A&E test pertains to an assessment that measures the mastery of competencies by ALS program completers to determine their eligibility to become an elementary graduate or a junior high school completer. Adult refers to a person at least 18 years of age and above. For purposes of this IRR, ALS shall cover adults who did not complete basic education, or in the case of the academic focused bridging program, ALS graduates of the A&E program. Community Alternative Learning System Implementers. refer to persons engaged either by DepEd or any local government unit to deliver ALS programs to out-of-school children in special cases and adults. For purposes of this IRR, these includes ALS programs implemented by the other national government agencies, state and local universities and colleges. Further, community ALS implementers are not regular DepEd teachers, with separate working conditions and remuneration levels based on agreed standards with their contracting party. There are two kinds of community ALS implementers. First is the DepEd hired community ALS implementers, formerly known as literacy volunteers. Second is the LGU hired community ALS implementers, formerly known as instructional managers. Functional Education and Literacy Programs, or FELP, refer to short-term non-formal education programs designed to help socioeconomically disadvantaged learners to upgrade a target set of skills, knowledge, and selected competencies in the ALS K-12 basic education curriculum in order to improve their social, political, and economic well-being and function more effectively as citizens, parents, workers, and members of the community. Learning facilitators refer to the teachers financed by the private sector who implement ALS programs. The private sector shall include non-government organizations or associations, civil society organizations, or individuals. For purposes of this IRR, private sectors shall also include private schools, colleges and universities, foundations, faith-based organizations, religious organizations, community-based organizations, and all other similar entities implementing ALS programs. Individuals who want to become learning facilitators should undergo training to enable them to become effective teachers in ALS. Micro-certification, also known as micro-credentialing, refers to a flexible means of certifying attainment of specific elements of ALS K-12 minimum competencies, which can be used by the holder as a credential in job application, recruitment, and selection. For purposes of this IRR, the phrase specific elements of ALS K-12 minimum competencies shall refer to the specific elements of ALS K-12 basic education curriculum minimum competencies. In 2020, DepEd, in cooperation with the University of Melbourne with support from UNICEF Philippines, explored the possibility of introducing micro-certification in ALS. Results of the feasibility study, which included pilot implementation in selected areas, showed that micro-certification in ALS is feasible. This new form of assessment and certification is welcomed by DepEd and the private sector. The Bureau of Alternative Education, and in coordination with relevant DepEd units, shall issue a comprehensive policy on micro-certification. Out-of-school children in special cases refer to children in official school age who are not enrolled in elementary or secondary schools due to special cases such as economic, geographic, political, cultural, or social barriers, including learners with disabilities or conditions, indigenous peoples, children in conflict with the law, learners in emergency situations, and other marginalized sectors. Out-of-school youth refers to individuals identified in Section 3 of Republic Act 10742 or the Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act of 2015 who did not complete basic education.
Okay, ayan, sige. So I hope you learned something from that video. So now we will have a short activity. This will be facilitated by the Division Als Focal Person of SDO Manila. I will now give the floor to Ma'am Leia Paa. Ma'am Leia.
Hello! Good morning! Na-stress daw ako. Hindi kaya, makita ko lang kayo, hindi na ako stress. Ayan. At dahil hindi ako stress, syempre kailangan ko ng 3 volunteer na matatapang. Bigla silang yumuko. Bakit ganun? May pagyuko pag sinabi kong volunteer. O sige na nga, hindi na nga 3, 4 na. Charot. Sige na. Pwede po ba si Pastor? Ayaw niyo ako mag-volunteer. Magtuturo talaga ako. Ayan. Pastor, pwede po ba kayo? Ayan, nilitian ako ni Ma'am. Halika, Ma'am. Ay, tapos tinignan niya ako. Nagandahan siya sa akin. O, dito ka na, sir. Bigla silang tumingin. Sabi ng mukha. Pastor, dito ka na. Dito na po kayo. Ayan, o. Tsaka, ma'am, pwede ba ikaw? Ayan. Para 2 babae at saka 2 lalaki. Okay. Madali lang naman po yung aking tanong. Kasi ang role ko, ang task ko today is to discuss to you the Rule 2, the Institutionalization of the Alternative Learning System Act. Yan. At ang pagkakatatag ng BEA, the creation of the Bureau of Alternative Learning System. Alam nyo, meron na tayong na-institutionalize ng ALS because of Republic Act 11510. At pasok siya dito sa Rule 2, which focuses on the institutionalization, creation of BEA, and the